Today I'm going to talk about how I started my insurance agency and how we grew to 20 million in agency premium and how we did it in less than 7 years. And so because it was 7, I'm just going to choose that number as 7 strategies and things that I did that helped us accomplish that. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, my name is Sakha, and I actually made a video like this that's probably one of my top performing YouTube videos when I was 4 years in. And the video was titled, How I Grew to 4 Million in 4 Years. And I figured, you know what, since we're at 20 million now, let's talk about what I've learned since then. And so, a little bit about my backstory. I started in the insurance industry from scratch. I had no experience as an insurance agent. I barely just got my licenses. I just started a captive insurance opportunity. It was Allstate Insurance, and over the years, I've gone all in, and some amazing things have happened. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So if you get some value, you got to do me a huge favor: like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my social media platforms. Let's get started. So back to my story. Before insurance, I was in banking for like 7 years, and I was trying to get my business degree in management and never really managed people. Again, I didn't have my licenses in insurance. I quit banking cold turkey, and I fumble around for a couple months, and then I take this leap into the insurance industry. One of my best friends started his insurance agency just 3 years prior to me, and he highly recommended that I cash out this 401k that I built in banking, which was like $24,000 at the time, and use that to start my insurance agency. Now today, it's a little bit different. I think you need like 50 or 100,000 in capital to start an agency, but it's still a massive opportunity. So if you're considering getting in the insurance industry, you can crush it as long as you do the 7 things that we're gonna go over today. So the first thing that I did to grow to 20 million in 7 years was reinvesting. Now, you're gonna make some money in this industry, and the money that comes in, don't get attached to it. Like, redeploy it back out. And that's one of the main things that I've done, and I'm still doing till this day, 7 years in, is learning to deploy the money back out. Can I make a little bit of a profit now and take some of that and diversify? Sure, but I'm 7 years in now. In the beginning, I redeployed it all back in. It's all going back in. So if it's coming in, I'm sending it back out, and it's gonna come back with some friends. And so get in the habit of constantly reinvesting into your agency, reinvesting into team members, into marketing strategies, lead sources, technology, events, mentors, so on and so forth, and we'll talk about the rest, but that is number 1. Make sure that you're reinvesting. Number 2 is always be hiring, and if you've been on my channel before, I sound like a broken record. You've always got to be hiring, because every single day I'm in the mindset of today someone's going to quit or get fired. And the moment you get comfortable with the team that you have, you're in for a rude awakening. The people, the agency owners that are held hostage by their team members, meaning that like they know this person isn't a good fit, but they keep them on the team anyways because they don't want to lose the production. It's a bad recipe. Always be hiring, so that way you don't have to be held hostage by any team members. If someone's not a good fit, it's time to move on. And so always be hiring, always be recruiting, always be posting on social media that you're looking for team members to add to your team. Always be promoting that you're hiring, because you never know when you're going to come across somebody that would be a good fit for your agency. And so always be running ads, hiring ads, always be hiring. That's number 2. Number 3 is, in the beginning, I used social media and still do till this day. And social media helped me in so many different ways. And this is back in 2016, while social media wasn't what it is today, but I knew the power of social media, and I knew it was only going to increase from there. And so I used social media. I leveraged it. I was always using it to promote getting insurance quotes. I'm generating so many leads from social media, and that business that I'm closing, it doesn't cost me anything because social media is free. And so by always posting and building this brand and documenting my journey, I was able to attract a lot of team members, and still do. Half of my team has come from social media, always building a brand, always posting my agency, showing off my agency culture, showing off the results, documenting the story, talking about the good times, talking about the bad times. Social media is a hack for growing a profitable insurance agency. And what I did with that additional revenue, I was able to reinvest into different lead sources, more employees, so on and so forth. And so I am such a big proponent of utilizing social media and building a brand and leveraging it to drive business and referrals to your agency that I created the Insurance Creators community. You can get more info in the caption where you and your teams can join, where we have bi-weekly calls where we go over social media strategies and helping you with implementation. So more details in the caption. Join us. We'd love to have you a part of that community. Number 4 is internet leads and a strong sales process. Internet leads are a necessary evil in your insurance agency journey. I know a lot of agencies that have done it with personal referrals and social media and COIs and referral networks and partners, and you can get away with that. But a lot of times you can only scale so far with that. And so having the mindset that you're going to invest in internet leads and having a strong sales process and accountability behind them can really help you scale an insurance agency fast. Till this day, 68% of my agency is still grown through internet leads. That other 30% is through personal referrals and partners and other sources. However, internet leads is still very much a big part of agencies, and some of the top agencies in the country that I've become friends with, they're all heavily invested into internet leads. So you're going to have to get used to internet leads and have a strong sales process behind it to see the maximum results.
Insurance agents, what is every agency's highest closing lead source without fail? Personal referrals. What if I told you I could help you turbocharge the frequency in which you got personal referrals? In the last 5 years, I've written over 5,000 items and $3.5 million in premium from inbound organic sources, and it cost me nothing. How? Because posting on social media is free. If you want to turn your agency into a referral machine, then go to nicksakha.com/creators and sign up for the Insurance Creators Mastermind, where me and my team will meet with you and your team twice a month to help you with something that no other agency is doing. Imagine having the guidance, the ideas, the trends, and the strategies that actually work in converting more business for your agency. Go to nicksakha.com/creators for more. Now, back to the show.
Number 5 is purchases and acquisitions. Now, with my captive company in Allstate, there have been opportunities for me to buy agencies. Now, if you know my story, I grew from scratch. I started scratch, 0 customers, and we grew from scratch to $5 million in premium. And then I was able to buy a $5 million agency. And then from there, we scaled it to about $13 million. And then from there, I was able to buy another agency in Oregon, where we have 2 offices now, one in Vegas, one in Oregon, and now we're sitting at about a little over 21 million. However, none of this would have been possible without being able to buy and acquire agencies. Now, it would have been possible, but when you have the opportunity to buy and you have a scalable process, a scalable system, being able to buy an agency is not a big risk because you know what you're doing. With that additional revenue and renewals, you can invest in more team members, more structure, more managers, more internet leads, just a better overall organization. So if you are in the position to purchase and acquire an agency, I highly recommend it. As long as you have the fundamentals and the foundation built, it's a no-brainer as long as you know what you're doing. Number 6 is accountability and quote volume. So you need to have strong accountability processes in your agency, and you got to hold people to these standards. And a big standard in our agency is quote volume. If somebody's not performing, I'm going to look at their quote volume. And maybe knowing your numbers is probably in this same section of number 6. But accountability, quote volume, making sure that your team is hitting these minimum expectations as it relates to quote volume. And when somebody's quoting a lot and they're not hitting the numbers, then you know that it's a training opportunity. And so you train. That person still isn't seeing results, then they're probably not a good fit. However, if somebody has maybe a 10% close ratio and that's pretty good, they just need to quote more. And so as long as you have an accountability and a standard of quoting, a lot of times most agencies have a quoting problem. That's why they're not seeing the result. And so the more quotes you do, the more sales you'll get. And of course, there's a lot of training and accountability in between that, but quote volume is one of the biggest metrics in agency success. And the last one, number 7, is investing in mentors, investing in workshops, events, going out and just getting to know people, networking with other agents. Now, the cool thing about the insurance industry is most agents are willing to share what makes them successful. Like if you look at my YouTube channel, it's like I'm giving you a lot of the sauce. And if you go to events and you network with people, you'd be surprised with what you could learn, a process that even a small agency has that you can implement into your agency and find a lot of success with it. A lot of times we discount what we can learn from somebody that maybe isn't a large agency, and there is some ego when you go to events. Like some people, the first thing people ask is, you know, how big's your agency? And it's just like this like measuring contest, right? Where you know, people love to talk about the size of someone's agency, but never underestimate what you can learn from the smaller agencies, because a lot of times they have some great processes that you can implement into your larger agency or wherever you're at where you can get a ton of value. And so always invest in going to events, show up. Like good things happen when you show up. Invest in joining my community, the insurance creators. Like you will get a ton from it. And so those are the 7 things that have helped us grow and scale into a $20 million insurance agency in 20 years. I'm very proud of this number because I remember at one of the events that I went to way back in the day where my buddy Dave Williams was on stage, and he said that he had grown to like 18 million or 20 million in a certain amount of time. And I remember thinking like, dude, this guy's a legend, right? That's amazing. And for us to have done that in the same amount of time, it's very humbling, it's awesome. And you know, if I can help you guys in any way, be sure to comment, subscribe if you got some value. Subscribe anyways, even if you didn't get value, right? A lot of you guys are watching, you're not subscribed, like 80% of you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my social media platforms. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys, reach out. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.